And welcome to Overtime, brought to you by KingsCast at www.kingscast.net. I'm Keith Korneluk.
And I'm Chris Kalaszewski.
And yes, we are not in our usual location because there is a party upstairs.
There is.
In this episode, we're going to talk about one person, and one person only, and that is Luc Robitaille.
Luc Robitaille being inducted into the Hall of Fame. Special moment for Kings fans, special moment for Luc, and a special moment for any fans.
This guy represents the Kings. He is the face of the franchise until someone else steps up. Chris, we've met Luc Robitaille several times, and he is an absolutely amazing person, doing some great stuff as Director of Business Operations for the Los Angeles Kings.
You know, Keith, we got tickets in 05-06, and I feel so fortunate that we would be able to be a part of Luc's final season.
Yeah.
What a special year that was. I know his back was hurting, he was slow, he was being benched every once in a while by Coach Andy Murray at the time. But it was really sweet to see him and some of those special milestones that he reached that final year. I feel really lucky with that.
So do I. You know, Chris, Ray Ferraro, Mark Hardy, Gordon Labossiere, Brad Selwood, Ron Anderson, Don Howes, Larry Playfair, and Steve LaRoche all wore the number 20.
Yeah, and they all combined at 174 goals, which ended up being 383 less than Luc had his entire career. That says something. I think he owns the number 20 for the Kings.
Well, now that his jersey is retired, I would say he pretty much does own that.
Keith, I'll never forget the game that Luc Robitaille broke Marcel Dionne's record for most goals as a King. What a great game that was. Luc Robitaille had a hat trick. The crowd was going crazy. It was one of those games where you thought it would be maybe till the end of the season, if at all, that he broke that record, but he had 3 goals, beat that. That was a special moment.
It really was. It was like awakening the sleeping giant. Luc Robitaille was at the end of his career, and Andy Murray had benched him, and he just didn't have what he did before, which is not to take away anything that he did in his career. But that moment, it's like Luc Robitaille of 10 years came out, and that was a really special moment. I think in the hearts of the fans, though, really, Luc Robitaille is the guy for the Kings. I mean, he makes an appearance anywhere at Staples Center. He's on TV for a second. People are yelling Luc and things like that. You could really see how he has captured the hearts of the people in Los Angeles.
He has, throughout his entire career, even though he's left a couple times, went and played for some other teams, won a cup in Detroit. He always came back to the Kings because that's where his heart was. His heart was in Los Angeles. He's an icon in the city, much like Magic Johnson.
Some interesting little stats about Luc Robitaille. Luc Robitaille is 10th all-time in the NHL in goals.
He won the Calder Trophy in '87, only Kings player to do so.
That's true. He is an 8-time NHL All-Star.
He won the Lifetime Achievement Award from the Aquatic Society of Metropolitan Los Angeles.
To me, that's huge.
It is
absolutely.
one of the highest honors you can actually get, up there with like the Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah, exactly. He was also featured in Sudden Death, starring Jean-Claude Van Damme, and both Mighty Ducks sequels, so Luc Robitaille, we'll forgive you for that.
We will.
Yes. The point is, Luc Robitaille was a player, actor, and elder statesman.
He was.
He was a King. Through and through. I mean, Dean Lombardi talks about having it tattooed on your ass. Luc Robitaille definitely did. He kept coming back.
You know, Keith, I've lived in Los Angeles for 11 years. I've been around a lot of celebrities, rubbed elbows with, some people, famous actors, musicians. But
and you are one now.
That's true.
Show.
But the first time I met Luc Robitaille was at Meet the Players, 05-06. I was kind of nervous. This guy, because he's such a larger-than-life person.
He's an icon.
And he's an icon. And he was so amazing. Like, wow, I mean, this legendary hockey player. And he was the sweetest guy. Signed a ticket for us, the record-breaking game against Atlanta, and that was just amazing. You never forget him. I see him every once in a while around Staples Center, says hi, but he's just such a sweet guy. He's just so accessible to the fans, too.
Absolutely. You see these people who, they start off, blue collar, whatever it is. They make millions of dollars playing a game that they love, and it changes who they are. Luc Robitaille, I think, became almost a better man because of it. He has his charity Shelters for Serenity, which they started to house Katrina people. I could not think of any bad thing to say about Luc Robitaille. What a great guy, completely deserving of the Hall of Fame. And of course, I think we have a couple of clips we'd like to show. Luc Robitaille's career. Fans, I hope you enjoy it. Check it out.
I heard some goalies talking about you, calling you a toothpick, a twig, flimsy. But after a quick meeting with Mr. Rister from Between the Circles, they're going to be swallowing more than words.
Well, really hope you enjoyed those clips. Truly awesome, awesome player. So good luck, Luke, in your Hall of Fame induction. As Marcel Dion said in one of our podcasts, I hope you do not cry. So I'm Keith Korneluk.
And I'm Chris Callis.
And thank you for watching a special Luc Robitaille episode of Overtime by KingsCast.